Uh, yeah. Yeah.
Living end.
All right, let's let
Here we are.
these hooligans know.
Go ahead.
I was really close to picking the T-shirt match.
Yeah, that's where we're at today.
yeah. Apparently, there's one person that's not getting a T-shirt, and that game is being played right now to see who does not get a T-shirt. That would have been fun.
Yeah. I'll give the guy who's not getting a T-shirt some extra stuff.
They were trying to sell me. They're like, "Hey, you want? I know you want to do the T-shirt match." I'm like, "What? What the fuck are you talking about?"
That's great. All right, so got Nathan Stash Patterson back in the feature match area against K-Nut on the new Delirium Fueled Living End. First time seen it in the store. I've seen it only a handful of times, but I've seen it a handful of times on Moto, so it's interesting. Opens up different.
This is my cherry being popped. I've yet to see Marauder Living End do its thing, so this will be fun, hopefully.
Hypothetically, it can living end on turn 2, which it does seem to get less stuff in the yard. Sometimes, but we will see. But Nate does have some good sideboard stuff for it. It gets to play some very interesting cards, though. There's
it looks like a lot of the normal things you would see.
Yeah, they shifted to a few more artifact cyclers.
Yeah, you get the Architects of Will.
There's a Fuse hybrid card that you get to play that digs.
In Incubation.
Mm-hmm. You get to play counter spells in your main, which is kind of cool.
They don't.
I see one in Ron's hand right now.
Oh, yeah, never mind. I see it. Yeah,
I see it. It's right there.
Whale of the Forgotten. What is Whale of the Forgotten?
Whale of the Forgotten? I do not know. That's not as
cards
familiar.
in Ron's deck here.
God damn, Ron, you savage. This shit's all upside down. Oh, old school Magic players. Oh, yeah, this thing. This thing is... It makes a lot of sense in this deck, and it's cool to have some interaction, but...
Okay, so it's kind of like a self-mill way to...
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you have Descend 8, you get to do all of them, right? Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty good. If you do get to consistently do all of these things, that would feel pretty good.
He's one type away from Delirium already. That last type might be the hardest one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you do need the Fuse card or to counterspell something. Is what you need. So he's gonna pass. So this is where it gets a little awkward because
we're bringing you this match because I think that the winner is probably going to be in. The loser of this match is going to be in some trouble.
Yeah.
To make the cut. I assume that our top players are drawing in. Are they both Yawgmoth? Was it Tommy and Isaiah? I think were
I don't know.
scheduled
Might
to
be.
face off, and I think the Yawgmoth players are killing it.
Well, turns out Yawgmoth is good.
It's a good deck. With some help from me, it could be the best.
All right, Nate doing a little preordain in here. It's a good card to have been put into Modern.
Yeah, it's very healthy.
All right, we're going to take the hits.
Oh, we're getting some treasure.
So, Ron's waiting on the last card type. I feel like he should have just counterspelled something to get it under wraps, right? Like...
Yeah, I mean...
I don't know.
He might have other ways. Like if he's got...
He's going to... I'm pretty sure he's going to get a Surveil land, which might make it happen, but...
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, you're relying on the top card of your deck being one of a couple card types.
There are enough there, so... I guess. Yeah, I feel like I would have just counterspelled the preordained.
And it's not like would be a turn where you would want to like
living in anyway.
Yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah,
you don't really have the graveyard for it yet, and also your opponent's kind of representing the spell pierce pretty hard here. So.
For sure.
You almost need to get Nate to fight over something on his own turn.
Yeah. No, that's what I was thinking though. Like, I don't know. You don't have anything in your graveyard yet, but you still want to clear the way.
Yeah, this is interesting because this deck plays a little bit more of a control role.
Yeah. But right now, doing nothing against these cards that Nate has, though, like
doing nothing against the monkey. This is where monkey gets kind of oppressive.
Exactly.
I mean, Nate just gets to grow his board while you do nothing. That's
interesting. I think, does he not have a thing to pitch to grief, or does he have an architect? I feel like he could have pitched to grief there. Okay, that's worth a counterspell.
yeah, it is. That's the number one thing to counterspell.
There you go. Now you have delirium.
You do. It's still not good. Like,
but it's...
I mean, it clears the board.
It clears the board versus a couple pretty decent threats. I think you just might need to.
I don't know. Because also you're leaving yourself wide open, and just next turn he just cast a Murktide and you're fucked. He's got two
of the guys' Cascaders in hand right now. So, there's a troll.
He also has full counterspell in up now.
Yeah, 2 treasures. Okay.
Board's getting a little sexy.
Interesting.
Okay.
So he did have an architect. I'm surprised he didn't. He had the grief last turn. I'm surprised he didn't grief last turn with a counterspell up. Oh, interesting.
He's got the turtle now, which the turtle is something that's a little sexier to bring back.
Yeah. You know? Well, and it's cool that this deck gets to play that and have it helps with delirium. It's nice to have the turtle for that. Okay, we're gonna see this guy. Ron's playing this really patient, which I dig. It's not gonna be crazy, but he is going to get to stack both his and Nate's top. Nope, we're gonna see a counterspell. I mean, you don't counterspell this guy. You counterspell the living end. Come on, Nate. Yeah. You've done this enough to know. You gotta... Don't get all fucking trigger happy. Now, I think if you can...
Cascade happens.
Yeah. No matter what.
Ron's explaining something.
Can you... is that guy still brought up on auto card? Can you pop that up? I'm gonna read... Nope, the other thing. So... Okay, so you can't really interact with the delirium part of it? Or... Because Cascade's a cast trigger, so you can't really interact with his delirium while it's on the stack, right?
Nope, it's already triggered.
Yep. And that's where you counterspell. But Ron says...
Ron could counter back.
I have a counterspell. And that's what you get to do. Ron says, well, you know what? I think he had 2 counterspells. Maybe he didn't. I feel like he did. Nope, he sure as shit did.
Yeah. He also has another Marauder, so I mean, this was kind of going to happen.
Yeah. And he can just hard cast Grief next turn, too, which is sweet.
Yeah.
So stack Nate's deck, stack your deck.
Which Nate's over there on 2 lands, so...
Yeah.
Expensive spells look good here.
I think I'm going to put him... Keeping the Murktide down, I feel like... Ron's life total is a little bit on the lower end.
Yeah, Nate's going to have his work cut out for him here for sure.
I feel like Ron should have pitched one of those architects to a Grief. Because he could have just had a Grief in play if he would have.
Maybe,
that surprised me.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought process was there.
He would have pulled the
But
card
like
out
you
of
said,
Nate's.
he's gonna be able to hard cast a grief now.
Yeah, and that's probably his intention, was lining up a hard cast grief. Trade with a 3/1, because I mean it's all 3 power, so yeah. Bad news for him. These are all coming back.
Well, living in isn't great for Ron at this point because there's a bunch of shit in,
Yeah.
in Nate's graveyard now.
Alright, you got a dig card. Still, I think I like hard casting the grief. I mean, you're ahead.
Oh yeah,
I'd go
your
ahead
opponent's
and-
on 2
yeah.
lands. Like
Just
he's got
jam
limited
it.
options anyway. Just get an
Yeah.
extra threat out there.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what you do. You're set up.
I don't think he likes the card.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to play it. Yeah, I feel like you didn't put it in your grave, so like, why not? Is he gonna return? Oh. Okay. Okay, he's just setting up a really good living end for. Oh, now he's doing it. Okay, and he's gonna living end again.
Oh my god! But you're giving your opponent a 3/3 flyer.
Yeah, but he's getting
Leave
like.
the 3/3 flyer in hand, dude. He's already got a monkey coming back, so the second one doesn't do shit.
Yeah, but his board is like good now, or is gonna be good.
Right, but you just gave him a 3/3 flyer for no reason. Like
He's getting back a big ass flying turtle. The turtle
right,
flies.
but why would you give him a chump blocker?
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know. Yeah,
Like
I
just
mean,
give, the second monkey is gonna die because there's gonna be 2 monkeys coming back.
yeah, I mean, you know.
3 monkeys coming back actually. I didn't miss anything. Just another stack of the deck. I mean, this is fine. Like, Ron's very clearly winning this. I'm just saying there should be 1 monkey, and there should only be 2 creatures in play for Nate right now.
Yeah.
Time to start thinking about game 2 there.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Old Stash Patterson.
I'd say so. I think you can go ahead and make that call. I do like that this deck gets to play the turtle. That's cool. I like the turtle. The turtle is interesting.
Yeah.
This is like, it's definitely, I do like that it shifted, or that this became a thing, just because like, it's cool that there's a more interesting living end that takes a little bit more to play and has a little bit more tech to it. Like, I'd rather see this living end than the other living end, because the other one is just fucking boring. This actually has like lines and stuff, and has like restrictions.
Yeah. Yeah, a little more play to it, a little control-y.
Yeah.
I think it's like I wasn't sure what this was, so I had to rifle through Ron's deck, and shortly after I just got acquainted with it, Tyler made the comment that like if Jerry were here, he'd probably be playing the gay ass living end deck where you can just living it on turn 2. And just like, no, Ron's doing that actually.
Yeah. Now, see, that's the thing. Like, it takes so much more for that's like low percentile. Like, gotta be real low percentile for that to line up. Living in on turn 2. Like, it takes delirium on turn 2. Like,
I think he's mostly talking shit. I don't think it's actually a thing that the deck can do.
let's see. I mean, Street Wraith. No.
Fetch land, Street
Cycling
Wraith.
Yeah,
it could do it. You could do it. No, it's the instant sorcery that would be the problem.
You have to like turn. No. Ron said you could do it too, but I'm just sitting here like, how?
I'm trying to think.
You have to get Because you have to. I mean, if you do it, it's just not good. If you set up Delirium, you're not going to have that much in your graveyard. So if you do it, you're getting like a thing back at best.
Except for some of the creatures do kind of help with the delirium. Like
They do, but it's still like to do it on turn 2, what are you really going to have? Because no matter what, you have to have an instant. You have to lead with the 1 mana go find a thing card. And then cycle a Street Wraith. And have a. Like, I don't know how you do it on turn 2. I don't. I have to be walked through how you do it on turn 2. I can't imagine. Because the only way to put an instant or sorcery in your graveyard is the best it can do is cast the hybrid thing.
And the Surveil Land won't do it because you kind of need that mana to do it on turn 2. So
yeah. So turn 1 you surveil an instant or sorcery in, and then you
that's not even good enough, though.
cycle Street Wraith because that's the only thing you can do for free. I don't think it lines up in any way. I don't think how the fuck we're gonna have to ask Ron.
Oh,
I don't think you can.
maybe some of these other cards that.
Let me see the list. I'm pretty familiar. I've played this a few times, and it's a lot of cards that I'm familiar
It's a
with.
turn 2 thing.
Oh well, you know what? Maybe be with Grief.
Oh, with Grief.
With Grief,
Okay.
but that's not any different than Street Wraith.
It is not. No. Yeah, all the free stuff give you the same number of things.
I still don't see it. I don't see it at all. There's no Urza Saga in here. There's no enchantment land. I don't know. I want to see that happen on turn 2 because I don't think it can. I don't know what I'm missing.
I think it can post sideboard when he brings in Force and Vigor. I think, or Force and Negation.
Sure. Okay.
But without those cards, it's not.
So if he has Force Negation in his main, I could get behind it, but
He doesn't.
he doesn't. So
That's probably.
that's a fucking throw that hand away. You know he's keeping it. No, I was just gonna say like fuck that. It was a 2 living hand. I'm like, no, you don't keep that shit. That's not a hand.
It's cool that you can get around all the. Like being able to play 2-drops and stuff is kind of neat.
No, it's cool. It's like I said, it's definitely worse than
But having to cater to this little fucker, this Bloodbraid guy,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be all into that.
yeah, no. It makes a way different deck, and so you have way less Cascaders too, because this is the only Cascader, right?
Yeah, he's only got.
Yeah.
I asked him. He said he's only got 4. But I'm guessing the deck has ways to find it. With all these
Yeah,
other-
it's
all
the
these-
green thing that you look at the top 5 is like the biggest way. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Having the being a
So,
having your 2-drop
I
slot
feel
not
like-
be a dud is kind of helps you find your pieces.
Yeah,
Which
to a degree, but we're not seeing that many 2-drops that are really doing that. Dead and Gone. I feel like just not care about playing 2-drops and just let this guy be the only 2-drop, and you can still maintain your Delirium thing. Because then when you cascade with a Shardless, you'll cascade into him, which will cascade into Living End anyway.
it's kind of crazy that he took that game 1 down, considering that he got hit with a monkey like 4 or 5 times. Like,
Yeah.
It's we're on game 2 now.
We are on game 2. Game dose. All right, what is Nate gonna follow up with this Darcy? Yeah, I don't know exactly how I feel about this deck yet. Huh? See, this is the awkward thing: is it's removing your opponent's
like loading up
creatures.
his graveyard for your living
Yeah.
end is a little weird.
Oh, probably take the counter spell. Yep.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it.
By the time he can commit to a Murktide, it'd be perfect time for him to cascade, I suppose. assuming he gets to find the card. Yeah, man, I don't know. I don't think I can get behind this deck list. I get making this dude like you can make this guy workable living in deck pretty easy, especially with like the turtles and the artifact creatures that cycle, yada yada yada. But having one Cascader in your deck seems fucking weird to me.
I don't want removal in my living in. I don't want to put shit in my. I want living to be the removal.
Exactly. That's the idea. Maybe if you're like going white and like Solitude, you know, and like exiling their shit.
I mean, I can also see like early pressure, you know, like
Totally just.
you know, if maybe he thinks that by the time I living in, my board's going to be so big that his one little, you know.
Yeah, and I think we you know,
shit.
we did see that in the first game, so it's fair enough. But yeah, my only issue with the deck is there's one Cascader. That's my only issue. And actually, if Nate brought in Surgical Extraction and gets a chance to get rid of that Cascader somehow, then Ron's literally just like old school living in at that point. Like, I'm going to cast 5 to 7 drops. Preordain.
It's like, fuck both those.
And Ron's sitting here on 2 mana, so like, fuck it. May as well Murktide if you can. Not quite yet. Next turn. I think next turn Murktide makes sense.
You gotta be saving that Murktide for the post living in.
No, you're right. Yeah.
There's many fucking dudes as Ron's put in there with these removal spells. Stash might have a better board.
But how long are we gonna? Is it gonna take to find the fucking Cascader?
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Oh, well, I think he just found it.
yeah, it's easy.
Does he have Delirium though?
He definitely has Delirium.
Yeah, artifact. Okay, yeah, he's got it. God damn, Ron.
I like playing this into a counter spell too. Just like if he has it, just make him like Nate at this point has very few cards in hand. Just make him do the thing.
Yeah, you'll get more, and like you'll find your thing eventually.
Like, this isn't the most powerful living end I've ever seen.
It's interesting. Like I kind of dig it. Again, I think it's like an interesting fair living end. Yep, there you go. Yeah, he just has 2 shitty creatures. Just to stack his deck. Now, goddammit. Trying to get not living in to win an invitation.
No. I mean, he's got a long way to go.
He does. He does. But at least it's cool living end. I do think this is
deck
cool.
Fighting against the Agatha's Soul Cauldron seems kind of rough because they're not he's not pouring creatures into his graveyard really.
Yeah, no, it's very like
and also the Delirium thing with Agatha's Soul Cauldron.
Yeah.
Is,
no, I don't. Yeah.
All you have to do basically is if you keep if you just snag every Architect of Will, he can't really living end.
And with endurance too, like I don't think this deck can beat. It's gonna be really hard to beat Yogg. It's gonna be really hard. Cause like he's got counterspell, but he's not like casting it because his mana is like not enough for it to be relevant here.
Another thing that I found that happens when I play Living In versus Yawgmoth, which we're foreshadowing. We don't know that that's going to happen.
Yeah.
It seems very possible if Ron's able to win this match.
Which it looks like he's doing. I think he's pretty good
job so far. But one of the awkward things I've seen is like when they like the grist when you end up like milling over like grists into their they'll end up milling grists into their graveyard at some point, and then like all you're living in is like fuck, I can living in, but they're gonna get a grist back, and You know,
Yeah.
like a bunch of mana. You know, it's a little awkward for sure. It's an awkward matchup.
He's getting in for 3.
Ron being super aggressive here.
I mean, that
I
is.
assume he has a way to not die to bolt. Should this? I guess there has to be attacks here.
Yeah, and he's got a counter spell too.
Can't block that one, buddy.
No, that has menace. Menace. Yeah, there you go. Putting it in front of the other 3 power, it's pretty much the same thing.
I would prefer to have that. I guess he's got delirium with. He just needed any creature to have delirium now because he has a sorcery and instant.
All right, so hanging out on his dig spell and his counter spell. I need some lands though. That'd be good. All these interactive spells don't mean that much when you're stuck on 2 lands. Makes that a little awkward. But Nate's just stuck on a monkey, so I ain't gonna get there. Although, I mean, why not try to dash it at this point? Like,
Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't know what his other card is. I don't like using both your red sources. Don't tap like that.
to bolt. Yeah,
I guess he's got a fetch land over there.
yeah.
He's getting a treasure.
Things out of the top. Oh,
That just got countered.
oh. Well, that was like.
That was a very awkward.
Yeah, that was really weird.
You countered something in combat?
Yeah, like, maybe clean that up a little bit. Well, you got 6 coming at you. I'm pretty sure K-Nut's good here. The other side of that card, what's that card name? We should bring that one up. I can't remember what the other side casts for. I think it's like a 4-drop or something.
The incubation thing?
Yeah. Because it doesn't really do that much to... It doesn't do much right now at all. 3-drop? Okay, so he needs 1 more mana to have a removal spell. Good thing is... So that's neat about this deck. Like, that is an exile effect. So it's removal that actually makes their shit not come back. That's cool. But, okay, he did hit a 3rd land, but it is a... Coming to play tap land. Should probably play it. I don't like those lands in aggressive decks. Alright, he's gonna look for a dude. Try to find the delirium piece or a cycler. He only found his cascader if he needs it, but now that'll give back a good amount of stuff for Nate. All shitty creatures though. That's the thing about Murktide is like there's only 1 good creature. And it really needs to be cast to be good.
Does Nate have anything in hand?
1 thing, and I think it's a bolt.
Okay, so bolt off the top, Nate wins.
Yeah. He's probably gonna fetch and surveil, which there's no difference between 1 and 2.
Try to find that bolt at this point. Also, a monkey off the top.
Yeah.
Ron's kind of put himself in kind of a scary situation here. And
Yeah, he's really
I don't
committed.
think he realizes it. There are some real live outs.
All right. This is it.
Let's see which angle we're gonna get the best view of his surveil card here.
Yeah, thanks to hats.
Okay,
None.
it was a land that got milled over.
All right, here we go.
It's lightning bolt! It's lightning bolt! Oh!
Yeah, you committed, Ron. You committed hard. Zap. Zap. Yeah.
Ugh.
Game 3.
Ugh, Nate looks so relieved.
Yeah. Hey,
Well,
surveil lands.
I gotta tell you, John, this is the best we've ever done at picking matches, man. Every single one of them has went to a game 3.
The magic has been good today. The magic has been with us.
We avoided the Titan. That's usually a good start.
Yeah.
Nobody likes watching that shit.
I know I don't. Except that one guy that talked shit on the stream. That guy likes it somehow.
Who did?
There's a guy that like we tuned out when it was like a Cultivator Colossus trigger and it was going for like minutes. And some guy's like, "Oh, this is the worst COVID coverage I've ever seen." Like, that guy apparently wanted to see some more.
I was also talking about like dog asses or something like that with Wes. I remember.
Yeah. We totally checked out, but you know. Show me a person that doesn't check out from Cultivator Colossus.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they're not having a good time while they're doing coverage.
I love Cultivator Colossus. I always just stress down it and it dies. It's fun.
That's a little bit better than the other one.
Oh, trying to figure out the,
Yeah.
the good one.
Yeah.
You got your sketchy mix pack over there.
Yeah. I mean, you know, some people probably like this one's not bad. This is better than the other one. The other one was a juicy IPA and it wasn't really juicy.
Dude, this is the worst fucking removal spell I've ever seen. Kill your thing, give you a 3/3.
Well, it's a Pongify.
I think those are bad though.
I think they have their places. I think this deck is actually
they don't
interesting.
remove creatures. They
Well,
replace
so-
creatures.
The good thing though for this, at least, it is an exile effect he's playing. Like if you have to kill something, it's not gonna.
That's fine. I'm just saying.
No, it's not
in
great.
there for that half of it. But
Yeah. It's a nice fit though. It's not a good card. I'm not saying it's a good card, but it's interesting.
All right, we're gonna start with this incubation.
Now that card costing 3 is atrocious. That thing should be like a blue-green. For what it is, it should not cost
If
3.
it wasn't on a split card, it would just be not playable anyway.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think the one Cascader is fine. This incubation is kind of like it's just better at finding Cascaders than actually.
Oh, dude, look at the top 5.
Like the
Big
fact that
speed.
he just got to get a grief off the top is
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Now, does that count for both instant and sorcery?
It does.
Technically? Okay, so that's how it's turned to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. So turn 1 that. Into
Cycle a Street Wraith,
Cyclist.
fetch a land, and yeah, so you can turn
Okay.
to it.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
We figured it
again,
out.
you're probably going to have 1 to 2 dudes
Yeah.
at best. I mean,
Yeah.
so it's not going to be like crazy or anything.
Yeah, not so much.
It can happen if you want to reanimate probably at max 2 dudes.
Probably still good against elves or some shit.
Yeah, I mean, there will be times where it's good. And like, hey, if you get you do a grief and you do a street wraith, like, hey, that's 6 power, that's probably unblockable.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Whoa, we got some fumbleitis.
That's how his cards get upside down.
Probably some fatigue starting to set in. We know Ron doesn't like 4th rounds.
Yeah. No, dude, actually, it'd be sweet to have. You know, if Ron's gonna make it, we were talking about picks for somebody to take it. I think it'd be cool for Ron to take it.
Yeah, he's come close.
Yeah, he has come close, and he's like, all these guys are big supporters of the store, but yeah, it'd be cool to see an old head like Ron take it instead of these goddamn whippersnappers and Jerry.
Nice use of a subtlety here.
Yep.
For the grief. Also, putting that 3/3 in the graveyard means that he's actually ahead on graveyard potential board there. So
Now this is a living end deck that I'd actually like to fuck with.
there's a little bit more play to it. I don't like how willy-nilly he's putting creatures into his opponent's graveyard. That didn't.
Yeah.
A clear misplay in the last game where he could have just chose to discard the monkey, and then he has 3 monkeys going back, and he can only keep one of them, and he chose to
So,
go 3/3/5
I wonder,
instead.
like, why no Force of Negation?
Yeah, on the sideboard. I mean, it's less good when you're not doing it in an instant.
Yeah,
speed.
no, it is. But, I mean, the way it's been playing, though, he's been playing, like, super, like, measured and kind of slow, so, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I mean, like, just force negation didn't help you on your turn. Is the
Yeah,
thing that
yeah.
kind of sucks.
Now, I'd like to look at the available cards, like some of the modal cards that are around, and yeah, this is one that I would like to fuck with. I think it's pretty neat. It's doing a gross thing pretty fairly. Alright, Nate's holding up Spell Pierce. Alright, Ron's starting to build up a much better board. Cycling the Generous Ant. Okay, now that's a good one to put in the yard in this matchup. He's actually getting some of his flyers in there this time. We haven't seen any flyers hit the grave so far, really. Well, except for the turtle. The turtle is sweet.
Yeah, I was so excited when that turtle was printed, and I tried to play it living in, and it was not good.
It wasn't good enough in that living end.
Well, the problem was it had to replace the Brazen Borrower as the spot it took over. And Brazen Borrower was good at bouncing like graveyard hate.
Right.
And the fact that the turtle only bounces creatures is like,
Yeah.
not the best.
Yeah, I also feel like, too, like, where's Brazen Bar over here? Here's a grief. Does Nate have...
Spell Pearson helping you with that one, Nate?
Nope. And that Spell Pierce, well, it's going to be gone.
Probably.
You know what would look good there? Stern Scolding.
Oh, yes, it would.
Well, there's an unlicensed hearse.
Yeah,
Ron gives no fuck about that. Yeah.
Right away here.
Yeah. Here he is. The guy. This.
The grief is graveyard, right?
Yep.
So
And he's taking everything. Yeah, this is pretty fucking powerful. Nate really has nothing after this except for a bolt to kill a thing. And in this, yeah, it just doesn't matter here. Ron actually has the right things in graveyard. I guess it will kill the grief. So that's something, but it ain't killing this 5/7 reach or this 4/4 flyer. They didn't give a fuck about the graveyard.
Just cast that, Nate?
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't. That's weird.
The graveyard hate's not helping you anymore. You're past that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very much past that. I mean, yeah, no, it's just... That's pretty good.
There's like a food token like right there, and instead he grabs a random other token, puts it upside down.
We do keep tokens.
Smooth.
Right there.
Very smooth. I did
Alright.
swipe a token and give it to Chris, the out-of-town player, because he was using like sleeves as
Right.
orc tokens, and I was
Right.
like, fuck that, man. Give him a real
Yeah.
token. Represent around here.
Yeah, here's his hearse. It doesn't do nothing.
No, the bolt would have.
And you can't even attack with your 3/3 flyer because of this generous end.
And also the 4/4.
The 4/4, yeah. Other things.
This stuff's just bigger.
Very much outclassed.
Again, that bolt would have been helpful.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't cast it. That's weird.
I think he's just like,
Used.
you know how it is when the when shit starts falling down like that.
Yeah. I mean, he has been pretty sure he's been drinking whiskey since he got here, too.
Yeah,
So,
there is that. You gotta love how seriously he takes this.
That's why I love Nate Patterson, because he doesn't.
Well, he's gonna be a fun addition to Dark Horde.
He just enjoys.
I can't wait for fucking Jocko and Pelts to get a load of this dude.
Yeah. Block there. Trade. Take 9, 12. Woo.
All right, you're 7.
Yeah.
Basically no outs. Seems
Yeah. He can get there. You should totally eat the dude though, because you committed to playing the card. There you go. Fuck your delirium. That's actually you won't be able to live again again, but this 5/7 he just has nothing to say about. You can kill the other things maybe. You ain't killing that 5/7. Yeah. Never mind.
We're guessing that probably very much puts K-Nut into the top 4.
Yeah.
So he will have a shot at this.
Yep.
We will be right back. We're going to have to see what the rest of the room is doing, but very shortly, semifinals are on the way, so stay tuned.